It is Friday morning. Yeah, it's still morning. Quite afternoon yet, and I'm heading over to Eastbourne. And I'm heading over Eastbourne to take my Mod 2 test. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully I'll pass. Now, I did make a vlog yesterday, but I was just trying out the mic settings and they were a little bit shit. Didn't quite know what the volume to speak at would be, and it sounded really bad, so I'm just going to do a new one. I suppose this would be my first actual vlog into Eastbourne, or God's waiting room as it's sometimes known. Now, this is going to happen, isn't it? I'm going to get every bastard traffic light on the way. Now, interesting thing, I live in New Haven, which is just down the road from Beachy Head. Britain's #1 suicide spot, apparently. And every now and then in Seaford, which is just the opposite side to New Haven itself, we get the bodies washing up. Nice little grim fact of the day there for you. It's a little bit on the shitty side. I did bring my sat nav, so you might hear that occasionally. Even though I know the route, which is good to have. So I don't go to Eastbourne very often. Boosting it in his Subaru, and why not? Just dropped the sun visor down as well. It sounds right in my eyes. Actually, I hope people can see this because didn't change the exposure settings, so it might be a little bright and all you're going to see is everything whiting out. Nice place to take your dog for a walk. I don't have a dog, but I've been for a bike ride around there before. Push bike, not motorbike obviously. Talk about motorbikes. Currently I'm riding a Honda CBR 125R. No, it's got another R on there. It's got about as much race potential as my left bollock. But it's 2005. It was the right price, and it is. I was going to say it is what it is. I hate that expression because what else is it going to be? It's not going to be a surprise birthday cake, is it? But it's incredibly cheap to run. My average commute is just short of 20 miles a day, there and back again, and I need to fill up with petrol about every 2 weeks, and I fill up with 14 or 15 quid's worth, no matter how much I get in the tank. I absolutely brim it. It's only a 10 litre tank, so you can't actually get that much in there. And that will do me. But that's just on a pure commute, obviously. If I go for any fun rides, that comes down a little bit. I've got 70 out of it. That's coming down the A23. A clear road in front of me, and me with my head up behind the screen, my arse up in the air, trying to streamline myself as much as possible. The thing is, it is a little bit too small. It does feel a little bit like a overgrown bicycle. I kind of look like a gorilla riding a tricycle on this. Get it in gear. And this visor steams up at the drop of a hat. It's got a pinlock anti-mist insert, or what the HJC equivalent is, but it still steams up like a bastard. It's only 30 on here, so what's your speed? Concrete lorry. Remember watching the Mythbusters where they filled one of those full of high explosives and detonated it. Made quite the bang. They were trying to do an experiment to get dried concrete out of it. They weren't doing it just for shits and giggles. The thing is, they blew it up and there's nothing left. So if you're looking to get concrete out on one of those mixing trucks, don't use high explosives. Tip of the day number 1. Whatever the second tip of the day. Yeah, don't eat yellow snow. That's just common sense. I'm on the way to meet my instructor, and if you're in the Sussex area, I train with Flying Colours. Well worth going to see if you're looking to get your licences. So there's now a plethora of them because all the licensing has changed again. It changed last year, I think. Was it earlier? I think it was earlier this year. Now you have to jump through so many goddamn hoops in order to get a bike licence. There we go, let's find a gear that's responsive. That's the good thing about 125, is that it really teaches you to use gears properly. Find the right one for the right situation. You're always tapping across the gearbox in order to get the right one. It's absolutely stunning around here. Come on, girl, you can make up the hill. Come on, you can do it. Paul! I wish I could do that. Got some power. Yes, as this bike has an arm-wrenching 13 horsepower. Maybe 14 because I've got an aftermarket exhaust on it. Actually sounds really, really good. It's got no baffle in it. It's got a lovely deep burble to it when it's sort of below 4,000 or 3,000 RPM. Sounds really nice. Well, it's nice as a 125 can, 4-stroke 125 can sound. Scorpion exhaust. It's got a huge scratch and scuff on it, which is part of the reason why I've now invested in a Drift HD camera, because about just over a month ago I had some little twat balls put a U-turn in front of me on the dual carriageway between St Dunstan's and Rodine School along the A259. If you don't know this place, it's not going to mean a lot to you. But yep, he pulled a U-turn in front of me, didn't look, I've hit the brakes and I've low-sided my bike. Fortunately I was being very cautious, I was only doing about 35 to 50 limit along there, so my spider sense started to tingle, as it were. Bikers know this, if you get a funny feeling something's going to happen, pay attention to it, because it probably will. So I low-sided, which was much preferable to T-bone the little dick. Now, what happened was, he continued on his way. He saw me fucking lying in the road and the little prick moot just drove off. Fortunately, well I say fortunately, two guys stopped to help me. One guy goes, yep mate, got his number plate. I was like, oh brilliant, because in my daze and scramble to get off the road, I didn't get his number plate. So I reported it to the police, also told my insurance company about it. I've only got third party firing a theft. Come on, mouse, work properly. So obviously I couldn't do it, but you got to really tell your insurance company about that kind of thing, because also I had to report it to the police as well. And unfortunately the number plate the witness got was incorrect, which is a bit of a bastard. So basically he's got scot-free, but I look for him every time I go along that road. So there you go. So should anything like that happen in the future, then I'll have a record of the number plate. I'm hoping it won't. I was alright. A little bruise on my wrist and one on my leg, so nothing to write home about, nothing too bad. But the bike, 2 cracked fairing panels on the right hand side, there's a big scuff on the lever, the mirror got a bit of a whack on it, and the exhaust got a big scraping along, big scuff on it, which is very annoying. So all in all, there's a good couple £100 damage there, because plastics, well, they're cheaper than this, they're £40 a panel or 45, something like that. Still not cheap, is it? Oh come on, bloody traffic lights.